And I'm just wondering a little bit about like the nuts and bolts about how you guys decide to do what you're going to do.
So basically by like 11:30 in the morning, I've sketched out what I think the show should be. In my mind, it's always because, again, I was a reporter and a magazine writer. I think in terms of the lead, so my editor used to say to me when I was a kid, get in the lead. They're like, but what's the lead? Like, how do you open it up? What's the theme? And I try to, as an exercise that I've always, that I learned as a kid and I've always used, sum it up in a sentence. What's it about? Our first segment usually goes 20, 25 minutes. What's it about? One sentence. It's not about 8 things. It's about one thing. How would you summarize it? And that's a really helpful organizing principle for putting it together. And then, right around 5 o'clock, I try and take a sauna every day because I think it's really important.
Nice.
As Scandinavian, I'm true to my people. And I think about it in the sauna. Then I go out and I think about it more. And then I sit down around 5, have a cup of coffee, and I start writing the lead. And so that's basically it. But
so there's just a couple of things that I think are really important for everybody to zero in on about the way that Tucker Carlson explained his writing process, and such that he pretty much just puts a script together in the morning throughout his routine and then goes on, gets together with his other writers, and then spews it out. Because what's most important is this is just political entertainment. And for as much heat as Tucker Carlson gets, what he does, in fact, is really no different than his counterparts over at MSNBC or CNN. And not just politically, but also this really shines through on the corporate corruption that exists within our political system. Because those same companies that advertise hundreds of millions of dollars throughout that network are the same companies and that same money that keeps real policies from passing, that keeps real issues from being talked about on the networks, that keeps real journalism from actually taking place within these news networks. MSNBC basically is just a talking head for the Democratic Party. Fox News is its ridiculous little brother, talking head for the Republican Party. And CNN is more of a corporate wing, but obviously more on the Democratic side. But the point is that none of these networks do real journalism. Absolutely none of them. You have to do your own digging to find this type of information. And so another interesting thing about this video that really stuck out to me is, it dawned on me that a lot of people who've met Tucker Carlson actually like him. They like his personality. And you can tell from this video that he's a pretty upbeat type of guy, which makes what he does for a living even worse, because he's clearly aware of the damage that he's causing. He's clearly aware of the effects that he the effects that he causes from everything that he spews out on a nightly basis. He knows this. But the bottom line and the most important thing that, again, I wanted everybody to focus on from this clip that we just watched is that they're all just political entertainers, and none of them are doing real journalism. And unfortunately, Tucker Carlson is the most popular news anchor in history. So we're going to have to keep on watching out for this type of stuff. And we're going to have to, more importantly, do our own research and stick to real journalism. And luckily for us, we live in a time where we have access to that. So let's all make sure that we do our best to stay on real knowledge.